am Katie Haslow. I am the Moms Not Forgotten board treasurer. I just am honored to be able to be a part of this program. Jen and I have been friends for many, many years, and when she started telling me about her ideas and what she really wanted for this this charity, it was just an amazing opportunity to just, I think, honor my birth mom since I am adopted. And I feel like everything that I can do is just honoring the fact that because of her, I have life. And this year's theme is legacy and lace. And we're talking about the legacy that a birth mom leaves. And I look at my family and think, wow, what a legacy. I have my mom, obviously the birth mom. I'm married. I have 3 amazing children. And I'm going to get to see that legacy go on through them. Birth moms are powerful. They're strong. What they give up to give that legacy and that life and that chance for all the future generations.
My name is Becky McDougall, and I've known Jen for probably 18 to 20 years. I can remember my mother talking to a friend when I was young and saying, oh, they couldn't have children. And then I became aware, that some people adopted their children. That always stuck with me, but I never thought I'd be one of those people who couldn't have children,
My name is Prudence Rowe, and I grew up in a Christian family and have 2 wonderful parents, and grew up going to church and learning about God. And I went off to college and I started dating a guy there, and the summer after my sophomore year, I found out that I was pregnant. When I told my parents, they asked me if I would consider adoption after they got over the initial shock. They asked me if I would consider adoption, and I was initially really upset about that. I thought that meant that they didn't care about this baby, but they asked if I would consider it, and I eventually agreed to go meet with somebody in a pregnancy clinic to talk about adoption and to answer my questions, and so I did that. And after that meeting, I left, and I really felt in my heart that that's what God was asking me to do. It was an assurance, a surety that I had that this was going to be the right path for me.
My name is Ingrid, and I'm a stay-at-home mom.
My name is Kurt, and we are here to talk about our wonderful birth mom. Without adoption, we wouldn't have children right now. We went through multiple miscarriages, and there was a time when we were in our mid-30s that we decided, you know what, if we're ever going to have kids, then it's time to look into adoption.
So my name is Robin, and my mom was adopted, so that's always just been a part of our lives. Her mom had been dating a guy who was in the Army, and he left, and then she found out she was pregnant. So at that time, they sent you away. It was like a disgraceful thing. You had to leave your family and go kind of in private and have your baby, and so that's kind of what happened. She saved one life, but she didn't just save one life. I look at my sister Jennifer, myself, my sister Jill, my sister's 4 children, Jacob, Jaron, Jordan, and Jameson, and then my 3 children, Brett, Alexandra, and Kelvin, and then my sister's 7 grandchildren. One life turned into 18, and my kids don't have kids and they want kids, so it's still impacting us.
I think probably anybody who's gone through this kind of a blessing realizes the impact, and I'm sure that's true whether it's adoption or your own children, but I think that it has an impact on you and everyone in your family for the rest of your lives.
Do you remember the time when we were going to surprise our birth mom?
That was fun.
That was fun. So we want to bring our son there and surprise her when she's talking to this room full of people, and just so that they could see the dynamic that we have with her.
Yep.
So I thought that was a super special.
That was really special.
Whoa!
Because you're special.
You guys are special. That's one of my favorite memories of you guys coming in, and I see you out of the corner of my eye, and I can't believe that you guys were there.
What?
They're here?
Yeah.
But you finished speaking right before you saw us.
We let
Okay.
you-
We didn't
we let
want to
you finish.
interrupt.
Yes, that's true.
But it was fun to watch the reaction of the people
Yes, in the room.
in the room
Yeah.
who once they put two and two together, that this is that fantastic son.
And that fantastic family. That was a good memory.
Yes.
So I worked at Sunny Ridge for 29 years, sometimes part-time, sometimes full-time. I eventually became the director of adoptions there, did a lot of education with adoptive families, worked with birth parents, worked with adoptive parents. So obviously that's my favorite part of working in the adoption community. And part of it is that I just love birth mothers. There's just something about a woman who can make this decision, and my goal was always to help them make the best plan for them that they could live with and they could feel comfortable with. I have birth mothers who stand out in my mind for sure, and I have some birth mothers that I've kept a relationship with for years, many years, and sometimes they find me because when you walk through that kind of an experience with somebody, there's a bond that you have, and I leave it up to them if they want to have contact. We live in Florida now in the winter, and I have a birth mother who found me, knew I was there, she'd moved there, and she connected with me. And it's always up to them if they want to have contact.
I continued to meet with a pregnancy worker and went through an agency and eventually got a stack of profiles of families, potential families. And I went through those profiles and I found a family in there that really stood out to me, and I picked them and eventually got to meet them. And when I met them, we connected right away. It was like meeting friends. And we laughed and we cried and we just had a great experience. One of the desires of my heart was to have an open adoption. I really wanted to know how my son would be growing, and I wanted to just kind of see him in his milestones. And I was hoping maybe for pictures and letters and maybe a visit. And this family agreed to do a 6-month and a 1-year visit. And I was so excited about that. And so after that, Nolan was born, and we did our 6-month visit and our 1-year visit. And after that, they said, "Hey, do you want to meet at the zoo and for a day out?" And I was really thrilled. And that just turned into a really beautiful relationship over the years. I could have never imagined that that's what God had in store for me when he was asking me to do something like this. The adoption journey is very difficult. There's a lot of emotions, and I can look back on it now and just see God's goodness to me in that.
It's an honor to be part of this program and this group of ladies. We have so many that are just involved and honored, and we do everything we can to make sure that these birth moms are loved, cherished, known. We pray for them weekly at our meetings. We just hope that they understand and see how this tea is just another way to honor all that they do and all that they give. Being adopted, I just am so thankful for the chance that my birth mom has given me to create and continue her legacy, but to create my own and see how that goes through. I look forward to someday seeing my kids get married and have kids, and their kids have kids, and who knows how long I'll get to see that process go, but the legacy of a birth mom is pretty great.